you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Oh my goodness, that was one of the all-time great town halls. We got so much information. I'm going to bring that to you here. We've got so much information. I'm going to split it into two different videos covering two different games. We've got Riftwatchers announcement, which I'm going to talk about right here. Lots of pre-sale details. We've got some details on the cards, the stats, the art, everything there, the promo card, and then we've got tower defense news. So we have so much to get into. Before we do though, I do want to mention that tomorrow we have a sponsored stream that will be here on YouTube with some giveaways. So we'll have $40 worth of legendary cards to give away on stream, courtesy of Layer 2 Labs. So make sure you guys come check that out. Not just tomorrow. Over the next 13 days, I have 5 sponsored streams. We'll be giving away almost $250 worth of cards over the next 13 days. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, come to my Discord, turn on notifications so you know when I go live, because we're gonna have some parties here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Those streams are always so much fun, but we're having fun today already here with all of these Riftwatcher news. So let's start off with the Riftwatchers info. Where do we start? There is so much to cover. Okay, let's go through this post here. Just kind of go through an overview of Riftwatchers. Riftwatchers is going to the pre-sale is going to launch on September 15th. September 15th, the actual set will come out on September 27th. So not a long pre-sale. A lot of people thought it might be a month of pre-sale. It's going to be fairly short. 500,000 packs will be in the pre-sale. 3 million packs total. 43 cards, not including the promo card. You can see the breakdown there. It costs $5 in SPS plus 1 voucher for all aspects of the sale. That was the part that surprised everybody. We thought they'd kind of hinted that it might be like the Chaos sale where you need a voucher in the pre-sale and then you just need it for bonus packs. No, you will need a voucher for every single pack. Pre-sale, bonus pack, general sale. They will all need vouchers. And yeah, they've promised that everything coming to the game is going to use vouchers, that they're going to deliver on voucher utility. It hasn't quite gotten here yet, but with this, and then you're going to see even more voucher utility with the tower defense game, vouchers are going to have value. So it's a very, very big change here, because what we're going to see is that the cost of buying in the pre-sale is the same as the cost of buying during the general sale. And I mean, that's, again, SPS value can change, so maybe in terms of raw numbers of SPS it could change, but in terms of dollar values, it's $5 plus 1 voucher. But by buying in the pre-sale, you've got a chance to get the airdrop card, all the airdrop cards, you've got a chance to get the promo card. So I really expect the pre-sale to sell very well, because there's not going to be any, oh, I'll wait until we don't need vouchers or whatever the case is. If you want to buy these packs, you want to buy them in the pre-sale to get all these extra benefits. So first, let's look at the cards. So 43 new cards. We're going to see the summoner. They revealed all of the summoners, which I'll show here in just a second. One new ability that we have is going to be Fury, and this is going to be huge. These cards are designed to be high mana cards. So what do we likely see in high mana battles? Right now we see a lot of taunting tanks. Those taunting tanks are very good, but they're very high mana, the ones we have right now. So in those high mana battles, you see them frequently used. Now we're going to have a counter for them. We have Fury, a Fury ability which is going to do double damage against targets with the taunt ability. That is an absolute game changer. Just that, the presence of that ability is going to completely change a lot of strategies. And I'm very interested to see how many cards have Fury, how often that gets used, because that can really shake things up. That's going to be an absolute game changer here. So they say they're going to be revealing all of the cards over the next few weeks. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channels. You know I'll bring them here on my channels as well. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always tweeting those types of things out. We have the airdrop. So right now with Chaos, every 1 million packs sold, we have an airdrop card that's added. Well, here it's going to be every 500,000 packs sold. There's going to be an airdrop card added. It works the exact same way. There'll be different numbers needed for each airdrop. So I would assume fewer number of packs needed compared to Chaos, just because it's a smaller set. But everything's going to work kind of the same way there. And then you also have the promo card. So if we come down here, so the promo card will be for those who buy in the pre-sale. So the first 500K pre-sale packs. So for every 50 packs you buy, you'll be guaranteed one promo card. So you get a 2% chance per pack. And now they're actually guaranteeing the gold foils as well. That's something that a lot of people have asked for some of the other airdrops, guaranteed gold foils. We now see that for every 1,000 packs purchased. So it says the details and stats of the promo card will be revealed later today. Well, it is later today. Let's go look at the promo card. Oh, sure, Constantia? Man, they made some of these cards so hard to pronounce. They're not making it easy on me, but this card looks nice. We have a dragon monster, and I really like this card. We have a tank heal and a resurrect. Those are obviously valuable, right? We know how valuable tank heals and resurrects are. It's nice to have a high mana or a higher mana. A lot of your heals are on lower mana cards right now, and we do have some. I mean, we've got Spirit of the Forest. That's a 7 mana healer, but most of them are lower. So when you have these high mana battles, it's like, oh, I'd like to get a heal in there, but I've got a I don't want to use a 3 mana card. I'm sacrificing a lot of mana to do so. This will be a higher mana summoner, can get you a heal, also get you a resurrect, packs a little bit of a punch with it, and has that reflection that reflection shield, which will be very nice because your healer, your tank heal, will not be at risk of dying from reflect. That is that's a very big thing. A lot of times I like to use some of these healers that don't actually have attack with them, because if they come with an attack, they could die to return fire, die to reflect, whatever type of attack they have, and then you kind of lose that heal when it wasn't really there to provide the attack. A lot of times it's just barely scratching the other card, or it'll do 1 damage in and get 1 damage back to it. It's like, no, that's not worth it. I want to protect my healer. Having the ability to negate that reflect damage, I think is absolutely huge. So I think I'm going to really like this card. We'll see. Is it going to be as good as Dr. Blight? I don't know. I don't know. Dr. Blight's one of the best cards in the game. That was the last promo card. I think the big difference with Dr. Blight is that Dr. Blight was a neutral card. This is a dragon card. So Dr. Blight, I think there's more chances that you can play Dr. Blight. Dr. Blight's also a 4 mana, a lower mana card, easier to fit into more battles. This one, we've got 7 mana, so some of those lower battles maybe not be able to use it. So I think maybe in that case, that's an advantage towards Dr. Blight. But man, I really like this card. We don't have any dragon tank heals, other than Kitty, who's a summoner. We don't have any dragon monster tank heals. So I think this is going to be a very nice card, and I think people are going to buy a lot of packs in the pre-sale in order to get this card. Because again, with the pre-sale, or with this promo card, the only way you can get it is by buying packs in the pre-sale. It will not be available in packs. It's not like all the other airdrops that they're airdropped to people that purchase the packs, and then after that you can open them up in packs. The only way to get this card, at least the only way to get this card directly from Splinterlands, is by buying cards in the pre-sale. Obviously you can go out and buy it from other people who bought in the pre-sale and put it on the market, but the only way from Splinterlands is to participate in this pre-sale. There's also a title for every 1,000 packs. You get a custom in-game title of the Watcher. So I think this is going to be exciting. I think this is going to go a lot better than the Chaos pre-sale. I think they've made some changes, and voucher prices are a little bit cheaper, so it's not quite as expensive to go out and get those benefits. And you don't, yeah, it's I don't know. I think this is going to go much smoother. We'll see though. We will see. Okay, let's go look at the epic summoners, because all of the summoners in Riftwatchers are going to be these epic cards. Aquatus, we have Backfire. I love Backfire. I love my dodge teams. Any of you who have seen my streams know that I like the dodge teams. So sometimes I'll use an Oshana's dodge team. He's a water card. Get an enraged Oshana, so it's got that phase that can dodge. Now you can get some Backfire, so it'll do 2 damage back to the opponent when it dodges an attack. We've got one card that likes to dodge a lot, right? In water, you got Phantom of the Abyss, especially in those lower league matches where you don't have a lot of snare or stuff like that. Phantom of the Abyss plus Aquatus, that's going to be a nice combo. That's gonna frustrate some opponents, that's for sure. So I do like this. These were all designed originally to be one single ability cards, kind of like Dice was, single ability summoners. And they did actually add a few stats to some of them because they felt like some of the abilities weren't as good as the others, so they tried to balance them that way. This one we don't need any balancing. Enrage. We've got a bunch of melee summoners, and Enrage is going to increase damage and speed by 50% when it falls below 100% health. So just another way to get some hard-hitting melee cards in there. So kind of the similar thing with Tarsa, right? With Tarsa, you want to go with lots of melee attack. Skargor is going to benefit from melee attack just in a slightly different way here. So, but it doesn't have to be melee. I mean, you increase the speed for every card too. So you can run some dodge teams with it within Rage. You could, I mean, you can have even like your Chaos Agent, your cheap Chaos Agent that tries to dodge a lot of cards. Get it in Rage, you can dodge even more. So it doesn't have to be melee attack, but melee gets the most benefit. Ilthane, I love the artwork on these cards, by the way. It is nice. Ilthane has +1 speed. Speed's king, right? That's why I like Kelia so much. That speed is so valuable. So just the speed itself is going to be nice. Then gets Return Fire, the second summoner that has Return Fire. So going to be a little different situation. It's kind of interesting that it's a direct counter to General Sloan that gives +1 range in the same element here. So that will be kind of intriguing. And I feel like ranged teams have gotten very, very popular. In large part because one of the best teams in the game is your Mylor team, where you use Failed Summoner, Almo. You can it goes anti-melee with the Thorns, then you have the Reflect for the anti-magic, and a lot of times, especially if it's lower mana, you can't really get anti-ranged in there. So ranged teams have become popular because they're a counter to Mylor. Well, here you're now going to have a counter to those ranged teams. So we'll see how that balances that dynamic. I definitely am curious to see how that works out. Feels like it might be more of a niche card for me, but also, I mean, if you're running General Sloan and you're not running ranged, you don't get a lot of benefit there, right? So this will, even if range isn't even an option, just having the +1 speed will give an alternative summoner to some of the newer players who are picking up these newer summoners and maybe don't have a ton of other options. Just the +1 speed is going to be significant, and it could be played just for that alone. So on to what's maybe my favorite one here. I have been asking for Phase for quite a while. You guys know I like my dodge teams. I already talked about that. I love my dragon teams. So we get the dragon summoner that has Phase. I was super pumped when I saw this card. And of course I had to give the team a hard time because what do? They take, I've been asking for this card. This is like my dream scenario for an epic summoner for Riftwatchers is a dragon card with Phase, and then they give it this name, Stispa. I can't pronounce it. You're gonna make me. This is a card I'm gonna want to play all the time on stream, and you're gonna make it so I can't pronounce her. We're gonna have to find her a nickname or something. I don't know, but I'm ready to. I want to see her name mentioned in the lore, like with the audio books, to actually see how to pronounce this. But Stispa. I feel like I'm really butchering that. But anyways, absolutely love that card. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, we mentioned Phantom of the Abyss earlier, right? With the backfire. Well, how about we run Phantom of the Abyss under a dragon summoner and give it Phase now so it can dodge some magic attacks. Man, I got to go get me a Phantom of the Abyss. I don't have him maxed. All right, now we have Dahlin. Here's another very interesting summoner. Dahlin here, when I first saw it, I was like, well, first off, this artwork's awesome. I love it. But I was like, Cripple, I want nothing to do with it. I hate Cripple. I've spoken about this on streams before, how I think Cripple is a negative thing because when it's cleansed, it actually gives your opponent a heal. Well, they said that is bugged. And they've said this in the past. They didn't like the way Cripple was worked. I don't know if bug's the right term or if it just wasn't really working the way they're wanting it to, but regardless, they're going to change it. So before this comes out, or at least that's the intention. Hopefully they get to it. Is Cripple will not be able to be cleansed, and that's going to be a big boost for all Cripple cards. I used to love Axemaster with that double strike, but then it's got Cripple. Then it got Cripple at higher leagues, and I didn't really like it. So I think maybe I'll use some Axemaster again, but I feel like, again, this is going to be kind of a niche card for me, but Cripple can be very, very good once it's not cleansable even more. Even if you look at, I mean, there's some of these teams out there that are like sustain teams. You've seen me run it like Water with Kraken, for example. works. Basically, the team is just designed to outlast the other team and even win in fatigue potentially, where you're just focused on healing up a single card, healing and cleansing and keeping that one card alive. Well, this would be a direct counter to that. Use Cripple, and eventually you get down to 1 health and literally can't heal anything up, and the single damage attack will take you out. So the removing the ability to cleanse Cripple is going to make it significantly more powerful, and I think this is a summoner that I'll actually use now. All right, the last one, we have an Earth summoner, Fernheart. Fernheart gives close range. We've got a lot of fairly good ranged attackers in Earth. So this is going to give them a benefit so they can attack from the front line. And they felt that was a little weaker, so they added +1 health as well. So you get a nice little stat boost there. The card that I really like with this is Cornelius. Cornelius has a lot of health, has Return Fire, Reflect, Thorns, has 4 ranged attack. It's a high mana card. Well, you can't really use it as a tank previously unless you want to sacrifice all attack because it's got range attack. So a lot of times it was used in the back line as a sneak protection, put it in the second spot, or the first, whatever was the first non-melee spot, so you could defend against snipe protection, sneak protection. Now you can actually put it up front and allow it to attack, and it could be a nice little frontline tank. So that could be interesting to see. I'm curious to see how that works out. So a lot of just game-changing cards, not game-changing broken summoners or anything. I don't look at anything and say, "Oh my goodness, how am I going to beat this? This is going to be an overpowered summoner. This is ridiculous. It's stronger than Kitty or stronger than Yoda." No, nothing like that. But I see a lot of things that are going to impact strategies. Are going to change up the meta. A lot of different ways to counter some of the teams that we see. And again, adding in a new Fury ability that'll go right after some taunting characters and do some double damage. It's going to be a new game once Riftwatchers comes, and that's something I am personally excited about. Somebody who just loves to play the game and loves streaming the game, changing up the strategy. So we've got to kind of go through and find all new teams. We get to try all new things. This is new sets are like Christmas for me, absolutely like Christmas. I cannot wait. So I'm super excited. Again, we can go back, you can see the set details here. September 27th is when these will be here. You know I'm gonna have some special streams. It's gonna be a fun month of streaming. I've said I got 5 more giveaway streams coming up in the next 13 days. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, join my Discord so you can get some Discord notifications based on the game I'm streaming. You can get notifications only when I'm streaming Splinterlands if that's what you want. So we're gonna have a bunch of fun streams, so giveaway streams, and then we're gonna have fun with Riftwatchers when it gets here. So if I don't, we'll see. I'll probably be opening up my own packs. If not, we'll go out and try to rent some or whatever the case is. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun, and I am stoked. So thank you guys so much. Stay tuned, because remember, this was only the first part of the town hall today. This was game number 1. They have a tower defense game that they announced. A bunch of announcements there. A bunch of new voucher utility. More DEC burning mechanics. So much more. So even if you don't like tower defense games, you've got to go check out that video as well, because it's going to have a major impact on the economy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you once again here in just a few short minutes.